Hi, Adrian Manyathelo here. The question today is, what would you do if you lost everything? Right. Um, really, when this question really was, the reason behind it is that we all have something, right, that we can go out there and profit from, right? Every human being has that. Um, and so when you are asked, what would you do if you lost everything? We never really lose everything. Okay, a lot of people they think that they've lost everything, but you don't really lose everything. Um, you have to understand that the really thing that really makes you succeed in life is what's inside you. Okay, what makes you succeed in life is the thing that is inside you, the really you. Okay. The reason why I say that is if you can really grasp that concept, you will succeed in anything. Because a lot of people they think that they don't have anything, but if you really sit down and ask them, for example, right? If I ask you what is the reason why you would really succeed in what you want to do, right? You would say, let's say before you even start, let's say I'm introducing to a business. That's what I'm going to be doing right now. Okay, uh, and I ask you, what is the only one thing that will make you succeed in this business? People will give you several reasons, right? For example, my reason would be that you know my background was so hard, right? I went through hard life when I was younger, right? The reason why I would succeed in anything that I want to do is because I think I've been through enough that I cannot even go below there, right? So whatever comes, I'll crush it. So whenever somebody comes and they speak like that, okay, they are going to succeed as long as they don't quit. Okay. So really the thing now, let's say I go and do something, right, and I decide I don't want it anymore, or maybe it's cumbersome, or maybe it's just ridiculously too hard, right? Too hard to do. I mean, some things are just they're just cumbersome. They just you know a story is told of two guys that were in a city. Uh, I think it's told by a guy called, his surname is Berg, right? It's a story about Pablo and Bruno. That story really touches me. It's a story about these two boys. They grew up in a village, right? And they had aspirations. They wanted to be great people. They wanted to have something big in their life, right? Now, Pablo one day, no, what happened was an opportunity arose in the village, right? That they wanted somebody to bring water from the mountaintop down to the village, and the village was downstairs, obviously, right? So then the two guys had to decide what to do. So first of all, they just used buckets. They were carrying water. They decided to offer themselves to help. So they were carrying water from the mountaintop to the village, more like that village you see there, right? From the mountaintop, you see that mountain there, right? More like that, right? So they were bringing the water from the mountaintop to the village, and so they were running up and down, as you'd imagine on that mountain, right? Up and down, up and down, right? And one day, Pablo decided to think a bit out of the box, right? You can see more mountains there, right? He started to think out of the box, and he he said, "Okay, what I'm going to do, I want us to build a pipeline. Maybe if we could build a pipeline from the top of the mountain to the village. Maybe we could sort this thing out." Right? Bruno was lazy to think, so he says, "No, no, no, no. What I'll do is I'll just continue using the buckets. I think that's the best way to do it." And so Pablo started to think and work out what to do. It took him years to do that. Right? At the same time, he was still using the buckets to carry water from the top of the mountain to the village. And Bruno no problem. He knew what exactly to do. He'd wake up in the morning and use his muscle, to pick up, to go and get the packets. So in the end, what happened was Pablo managed to finish his pipeline. So the water was coming right from the top to the village, no problem. So Pablo at one point came to a point in life where he just has to sit down in the morning, just turns on the tap and water comes out. And you just sit down and fill up the water in the village and he gets paid, right? So of the two, really, which method would you choose? And as for Bruno, he got worn out in the end. He couldn't even do it because he was an old man. But even Pablo at the old age, he was still making money, right? So of the two, which one would you choose? I would definitely choose Pablo. So sometimes you find things that are cumbersome, like literally carrying water from the mountaintop to the village. Sometimes you can find that you do things the easier way. So I always prefer to do things the easier way, right? So if I was going to be to ever have lost everything and I'm supposed to start, especially if it's online business, I'll do it exactly how what I'm doing right now, right? What I'll do is I'll look for a system that is easy to work with, okay, and has got a good community and has a good plan, right? And I would take that system and study it and use it as exactly as it is, right? And one of the strategies that I would use to market myself would be really content marketing. Because with content marketing, the good thing about content marketing is that number one, you use mostly your own effort, right? You might have to pay, but you only pay if you want, right? For example, if you feel like maybe you need somebody to be doing some stuff for you, right? You can do that. But at the beginning, you can do it without anybody helping you in anything, right? You can do it on your own, right? And the good thing about it as well is it's there forever, right? Once you start it, it just keeps on bringing traffic and bringing business for you without you, well, I wouldn't say without you doing anything, because you got to keep on bringing more content, okay? But as time goes on, you begin to work out things how to bring your content, right? And the more you do that, the more your business grows, okay? Once you build contacts, once you get people in, you teach them the same, okay? You teach them the same thing, and they go out there and do the same thing, and then you teach them the same thing, and everything just blossoms, right? So it comes to a point where now it's more like better than my grandma's farm. My grandma's farm, by the way, we used to harvest only once in a year. But with this kind of farm, which is the internet, you harvest anytime, right? And the planting season as well is anytime. So it's quite cool, right? And then when you do that, you build a destiny, and then you do a few other things just to make your business much better, right? And if you want to learn more what else to do once you've done that, just click on the link below this video. Just basically listen to my business partner or somewhere near this video. Listen to my business partner. He literally explains more how you could just start. What would you do if you'd lost everything? Right? So thank you so much for listening to me today. Go ahead, click on that link next to this video, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.